school, the whole 9 yards. Okay, I even had Jesus tattooed on my chest. I got on my arm, all that stuff. Okay, I take scripture very seriously, but I believed, coming from a Jewish family, my mother's side is Jewish. That you got to understand the scriptures and the roots of what you believe in. You can't just have blind faith. The first commandment in the Bible is to know thy God, not believe. Not to believe in God, to know God. And to know God is to know his word. It's very important. That's what a lot of people overlook. So I feel like growing up, you got the Old Testament and the New Testament. And I always wanted to know, what's the difference? Why don't Jews accept Jesus? Why don't Christians celebrate the Sabbath on Saturday like Jesus did, right? Now, what does the good book say? Here we are. I'm watching this channel. Okay, it's a Christian channel, and they're talking about Isaiah, and it says right here, many people shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways and shall walk in his paths. So this guy, which I don't understand, okay, he's saying he believes there's going to be a physical third temple. But then I got other Christians who tell me, oh no, the book of Revelations, it says the third temple is symbolic for our bodies are the temples, and there's a new promise and a new blah, blah, blah. Well, the old promise was never fulfilled because we don't have the Davidic kingdom. When the Messiah comes, it clearly states in the end of days, the third temple will be built and the prince will offer a sin offering for himself and everybody, right? When did that ever happen? That hasn't happened. That has never happened. Then you got other people who say, oh no, Revelations teaches that the third temple is going to be a satanic temple and the Jews are going to worship the Antichrist, and it's going to be a guy who's Jewish, and you're going to get the mark of the beast. Well, that can't happen. That could happen with some people maybe, but that really can't happen. Orthodox Judaism knows the signs of the Messiah. It tells us in the book. It says, I don't know which prophet, I can look it up, that before one of the main signs before the Messiah comes is that Elijah will appear. Elijah was one of the holiest prophets. He descended straight to heaven. So you can't skip the part 2 without finishing part 1, okay? And this is this prophet, look at Ezekiel 30:34, the valley of dry bones. That's what Israel's getting rebuked right now with this war in Gaza. And what's going on is because Israel, there's a political movement and a lot of people are against religion. But the religious Jews have been keeping the Torah for 2,000 years. Those are the people that God is having favorable judgment, just like he taught when as you see in the Bible, all right, when Israel sinned, he let other nations, he condemned them. That's what's going on. But when those other nations, when they crossed the line, he forgave Israel, and he always came back with his promises. It says, I will always. You can look at any prophet, especially Ezekiel, that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will keep his promise as long as you keep my words and my laws and my decrees. That's what we're seeing right now. Why is the whole world, it says that I'm going to make Israel a cup of trembling.